YouTube? This is Khi Turner coming at you with a fresh new video. Thank you all for hitting me to 500,000 views. Really appreciate it. And as a thank you for that, I'm also gonna have this giveaway where I'm giving away these headphones. As you can see, got multiple headphones. And then one lucky winner is even gonna get the AirPods. Woo! So whatever one you want, look at multiple copies of it. Bam. So just all you need to do to enter, just comment down in the comment section below. Like this video, and then you're entered in. I'm gonna pick the winner in the next maybe like 2 weeks or something like that. Give me some leeway. Don't have that many viewers, let's be real. So let's get into this video. Okay, as you can see here, I have went up 200 points since joining, and this is my current score right here, 727. So you know that I practice what I preach and that I actually am pretty consistent and good with credit. As you can see from my last 3 months, I've been consistently at the 727, 725, around there. And I think one of the key metrics for getting me so many points in only a 2-year time span is really that those 3 areas right there, the payment history, credit card utilization, and derogatory marks, are super duper important. And I don't think people stress that enough, how important it is, those 3 categories. So let's get into payment. As you can see, 99%. And literally, I'm even gonna go through some legal stuff so I can get that to be 100% with the capital one. But pretty much every credit card payment, always make at least a minimum payment. I would advise you just to pay it off completely, because that goes into the next topic. But make sure that you have your credit cards paid. Like, put something down on it, because they report every month, obviously on your monthly statement, to let you see whether you are on time with your payments or you're not. And so even if you pay a little bit, it shows the company like, well, he's trying to pay or she's trying to pay. And that will reflect positively on your credit score. Let's move on to the next one. Credit card utilization. So let's say you have a limit like mine, right? You have 4,000 or 5,000 bucks, right? The more you use your cards, the more that they penalize you. I know it sounds counterintuitive. You're like, what? You think that it would be like, well, the more you use your cards, the better it looks for you, right? Because, it's like, oh, I'm using the money you gave me, right? But the way it's actually making it look is like that you have a harder time to pay it back, essentially. Like every credit card company looks at you as a risk. So the lower your balance is, well, the lower your risk factor is. And also that they know they're going to get the money that, they're borrowing from you. They only make a very small amount of money off interest. So it's just like anything else. These companies really, at the core of everything, want to make a profit off of you. So having, say, $700 balance for you is good, because they're like, okay, we can make, $4, $5 every month off this guy. Perfect. But having, a full maxed out, 4,200, if you got 4,200, it looks a little sketchy, because now they're like, well, is he going to pay us back? Or maybe he just defaults or whatever. Boom. So you want to keep that risk level at a very minimum level. And by doing this, you want to keep your credit card utilization down to, I'd even say, under 10%. That's why they have a little extra section right there. Most people say under 30%, yes. But when you start to get to the high credit scores, or where you want to really boost your credit up a lot, under 10% is heavily advised. So you always keep that really down. And derogatory marks, this is where I would say probably one of the best sections to look at, because a couple of people, they have a pretty low credit card utilization, they have the pretty low score on the other one, and they're wondering like, why is my credit that good? Well, here's probably the reason why. Derogatory marks are super impactful, and it's because they affect everything around that segment. Say you got a student loan, or you got a car loan or something like that you didn't pay off, or you're still defaulted on. Not only is that just a negative stain in your credit report, but now every credit card, other credit card that you have, and potentially want to have is going to look at that and say, well, I don't know if we can trust it. It's risky, right? Because you have that. Then the easiest part is derogatory marks are the one thing that you can actually clear, though, because once you pay the company off, or you agree to some settlement or anything like that, you can easily get this taken off. There's thousands of companies that specialize in taking these things off for you. I would advise you to personally contact them. Credit Karma and things like this make it super easy so that you can just click the company, click their contact information, call them up, discuss the terms of how much you owe, and that way you can actually just completely alleviate the whole process of having to get a middleman in there and you pay that person. Don't make it complicated for yourself. You call it, you do it yourself. If you got a whole bunch of them, then it's going to be more tedious to do that. But for most people, it's from the same company, from the same thing. So knock all of them out at the same time, or agree to pay it like, oh, I'll pay, $12 a month, or I'll pay $50 a month. Boom. Because you knock these out, and I guarantee you'll see a ginormous. This is what I call the instant boost. This is when you just shoot up like 30 points, 40 points, 70 points in one fell swoop. Especially if you're in like the 400, 500s, like I was. This is where you see that first initial big jump. Just taking care of derogatory marks. Then when you get to, a decent number, I would say like the 500 or so mark, then you start noticing that you can get, your first card or whatever like that. And then just keep that card with a low utilization. And then after that, you have multiple cards. And once you start multiple cards, it gets pretty easy to keep your accounts. These other three areas don't really matter as much. You can see my age of credit card history. For the most part, I got one that's like 4 years old. But for the most part, I keep them like more than 2 years. That just goes with time. 2 years from now, I'll be in the 4 or 5 years mark. So, but that's a little bit less impactful. They don't really look at that as much. Total accounts, the same exact thing. They want you to have more accounts. So, just having multiple accounts also is going to be a really good thing. And that's literally the only other thing. Hard inquiries doesn't really matter because at the end of the day, you're going to look at cards are going to look at you, things like that. So don't look at hard inquiries. It literally says low impact. I thought it said no impact, but almost no impact from what you're, if a company's going to look at you. If you got a high credit score like me, no company's going to be like, well, he looked at 7 cards in the last 2 years and we can't. No, they're going to say, oh, you got a good credit card score. Your credit score is good. All the companies like you, so we'll put you on. And then at that point, a lot of companies will even give you offers and say, this is an easy way to do it. So let's give a recap right here. If you want to know how to boost your credit, the fastest method, the most accurate method, get your payment history as high as possible. If you got to go to each company and dispute things. You want this number to be 100% or 99%. That's pretty much it. You can't sell for 98. You see it's yellow at that point. So 99 or 100%. Keep your credit card utilization once you start getting the cards as low as possible. I would advise under 10%. And just keep it like that. Clear out all your derogatory marks. And I guarantee if you do those 3 things, just those 3 things right there, whatever your score is going to go up a lot. I'll just keep it right there, keep it nice, simple. This is all my tips. As always, if you want more credit videos, you want more finance videos, subscribe to the channel. Leave your comment in the comment section right there. And as always, have an aqua day.